all, I want to thank Michael and Aurel and Empact for bringing us all here and for creating the opportunity to speak, not only to all of you here in the room and to say thank you and to acknowledge you, but to talk to all of the folks who've tuned in to watch this today. And first of all, I want to start by saying Andrew, who was here a few moments ago, spoke about his sense of anxiety at being at a trade show and seeing young entrepreneurs who might be like 6 months younger than he is. That resonated with me. I thought that was rather funny. I've been a young entrepreneur myself at one point, and now here I am. And let me talk about where I am. We here in the administration are keenly focused on doing something of the utmost importance right now in America, and that is supporting the folks who are going to be coming along next and creating jobs. It's easy to state the slogan, but I've represented entrepreneurs for 25 years, and I know something about entrepreneurship. Here's what I know. It's easy to say, it's not necessarily always so easy to do. And every single one of you has crossed that divide from thinking of something, having the vision to do something, to being successful at doing something. That's why you're here, and it's incredibly cool. But it probably was not easy for each and every one of you. There were probably times when you were waking up in the morning or even in the middle of the night saying, is this going to work? Every single one of you has people that you employ. You probably had to worry about being able to make payroll, pay for them, go ahead. That is where the rubber hits the road in creating jobs in the US. So I want to acknowledge every single one of you for doing it. It is critical. It's the most important thing we do, and I want to say thank you. Now, I was speaking to somebody who talks to and educates young entrepreneurs the other day, and she said to me, she said, you know, Michael, I have a creed. I'd rather be pulled by a vision than pushed by a plan. Now, nobody starts a business who doesn't have a vision. Every single one of those visions is different. Every one of them is the reason you get up in the morning. Nobody does this because somebody else tells you to do it. You do it because you've decided that you're going to do it. Now, I have a question. I speak to young entrepreneurs all the time, and I have a question I ask everybody. I'm going to ask you, how many of you, when you started your businesses or when thinking of starting a business, had a vision that you were going to work for one company for the next 40 or 45 years in your life and then retire with a big pension? Show of hands. Exactly. Every single one I talk to says the same thing. For whatever reason, in this particular era, in this particular generation, it's been made clear to me, I got to do this for myself. I got to make this happen. No one's going to do it for me. No one's going to give me a handout. I just have an opportunity and a vision and a dream, and I'm going to make it happen. That's what I'm going to do. And if I'm going to do all that, I might as well change the world along the way because I'm going to have to do it anyway. So every single person in this room is trying to fulfill that. So while it is more important to be pulled by a vision than to be pushed by a plan, let me tell you, it also helps to have a plan. So the SBA is here all day, every day, in places all over the country and online through our resource partner network of SCORE, small business development centers, excuse me, our women's business centers and our clusters, our regional innovation clusters all over the country, which are a joint effort all across the federal government to help entrepreneurs do the planning part. You do the vision part, we help with the planning part. Because if you're going to do this, and if you're going to take the risk, and if you're going to try to change the world, it's best to succeed. There are lots of folks in this room who have succeeded. There are a lot of folks watching who haven't yet succeeded, but who really want to. So what I tell everybody is, go to sba.gov/direct, type in your zip code, indicate what you're interested in, and it will give you a list of the folks in your community who you can either access online or by walking in and seeing them, who can help you with the stuff that you need to do to succeed. You need a business plan, you need a marketing plan, you need to know who your market is. You need to talk about your competitors, you need to know where you're going, you need to know what your sales plan is. You need to match it all up with your vision in order to succeed. We are in the business of making sure that all of you do that. So I invite everyone to come. I invite everyone to check us out online. I invite everyone to send us an email if you have a question and somehow it doesn't get answered. I always say, I'm michael.chodos@sba.gov. If you don't get your question answered, let me know. I am the head of the agency's Office of Entrepreneurial Development. I am here to make sure that all of our folks And we have 14,000 of them who are standing by around the country, most of them volunteers with SCORE, and thousands more who work for the SBDCs and for the Women's Business Centers. They're here to help you succeed. I really hope that you give us a call. We look forward to helping. And thank you for everything you guys do.